just for shits and giggles, I'm going to record this extended Sagittarius reading. DOce and Serpent Tarot. Don't often do this. I don't think I ever have. Maybe once or twice. I don't know. But anyway, let's see what happens.
Hello Sagittarius, welcome back to the channel. This is your extended reading. Thank you for being here, I appreciate you. We're going to consult the I Ching. We'll do oracle cards, tarot cards, and we're going to leave this stuff here so we can see how the energy might develop and what new details come through. Your hexagram today is hexagram 30, clarity within, clarity without. I like that. That fits nicely because that's the sun. It's the sun over the sun, fire over fire, sun over sun. Yeah. So I think that really is very, very appropriate. It is the hexagram of clarity. The light appears twice. Clarity, the noble one, accordingly, is continuously clarifying and illuminating in the four directions. Okay. So I feel like this clarity within, clarity without is saying that you're going to get familiar with the situation, like you're going to radiate your light outwardly and you're going to see what this is all about and you're going to be confident out there. But it's also bringing the clarity within. So it's showing you kind of who you are. It's showing you what you like, what you don't like. It's showing you your power, showing you your confidence. So it's illuminating a lot of the internal stuff. To me, this hexagram sort of refers to the star card, or it refers to the operation of the star card, which then creates as us the sun. And of course the sun is the true self that is then masked by the magician card. Okay? So this is the illumination within, and the more illumination inside, the more the light starts to spill out and shows us our yellow brick road, right? So it's clarity, it's worth the perseverance. Success, to care for the cow is auspicious. This is about radiance. This is about individuality, glowing, a distinguished self, right? Make your virtue visible to the entire world. Persisting will bring you success. If you take care of your valuable resources, you'll have good results. There's a dual force here. On the conditions which bring us up to the present moment, what we depend on or adhere to, such as our source of fuel and the past that we are working out, and on where we're going next, our next departure, how we will differ henceforth. This is conditioned or dependent arising. The advice to attend to the cow means to honor our sources of fuel if we want to remain continuous. Line 6 is especially apt. Line 6 is one differentiates between harmful and benign elements in the situation. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Okay? Accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. And I think that's very important too. As we sort of do the debriefing after the first day, we sort of think back like, there probably are going to be in this situation things you don't like, right? But those are whatever, like just leave those there. The things you do like, the things that do resonate with you, those are the things to focus on. Such as you all do here with these readings. Not everything I say is going to match you 1000%, right? At least not all the time. We leave alone what doesn't resonate with us, and we take what does, because that teaches us. And of course, we acknowledge the things that don't resonate, because those teach us about ourselves too. But you're accentuating the positive and eliminating the negative. Yeah. Okay, so willed persistence gets results. Be receptive to your inner light and reflect it in your life. The superior person cultivates their capacity to manifest their comprehension of the work in their everyday choices. To receive this figure is often a confirmation of an idea or an action saying, you figured it out. Your proposed action is lucid and intelligent. You have clarity and understanding. I feel like it may be something that we're sort of fearful of. And we sort of think, well, I don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't know if this is the good idea. I don't know if I should be doing this. The I Ching is saying, yes, no, this is the right idea. Okay, and that is challenging your rumination. It's saying just go forward. Okay, you're getting a big yes from the universe right now. So anyway, let's do an angel number as a mystery card. We'll do an oracle of empowerment. The ancestral wisdom. I am worthy. I carry within myself the potential of all the lessons and strength of 10,000 ancestors who came before me. I will trust myself, my intuition, and my wisdom. Yeah, you're trusting your true self, knowing that you have this confidence to go into the pressure cooker, to go into the dark, scary forest and be okay. That you can and will step up to the plate, that your energy will rise to the occasion. That you have that kind of confidence. Now, the confidence isn't saying, I'm going to walk in that room and I'm going to dominate everybody. That's not confidence, that's arrogance. Confidence is saying, I'm going to walk into that room and I'm going to do my very best, and whatever happens, I'm going to be okay. Whatever happens, I'm going to come through just fine. Okay? Because we're not going to go into it and be the absolute very best on the first day. It's unlikely. Anyway, let's do an oracle of the radiant sun. The fortune. The fortune and glory, right? Fortune and glory, and that's why Indiana Jones was never content to just be the college professor. He would have lived a very depressed life if he didn't have those calls to adventure in every movie,
I've just been feeling that lately, and doing searches with AI about how to create custom GPTs that will be constantly mapping what's going on in the uncovery or discovery, rediscovery of myth and legend. There's all further and more and more sources come online and get data crunched by different AIs, and these unveilings of lost truths start to come out. There'll be so many patterns to chase down and verify or not, but adventure central. And also, the ancestor thing, with having a maternal grandmother just passed recently in a funeral, I think a couple of weeks ago, makes me thinking about the matrilineal heritage, which goes into the MacFarlane plan of Scotland, and not sure how far it goes past that, but that's as far as our heritage has got. So I was thinking about ordering a kilt, because a couple of my cousins have that proper tartan, and investigating that to see. Anyway, I digress.
Because he was always seeking that fortune and glory. It wasn't about money. It was about being his true self, letting his true self sort of, it was kind of an alter ego, right? Letting that confident, powerful, brave, and silly, witty, sort of, Dr. Jones and Indiana Jones, right? That sort of alter ego. Letting that come out and pursuing the life that we want. Even with its uncertainty, being a college professor and staying in that life would have been fairly predictable. Okay, but going out answering, Abner's call to adventure was a big risk. It was a big step into the dark, scary forest. To embrace that side of him and have the confidence that he can go out there and do this, and all the people he meets along the way, and all the challenges that he has to overcome. He gets his butt kicked a few times, but he is becoming his true self in there, right? So I feel like for you it's the same kind of thing, that we're not searching for fortune as in, necessarily money, maybe that is, but this idea of pursuing our true self, pursuing the life that we want to lead, in whatever form it takes, answering the call to adventure and entering that dark, scary forest is sort of the fortune and glory, Let's do an oracle of creativity. The the truth. An honest desire to know and speak the truth produces beneficial results. To know and speak the truth. We're trying to really figure out who we are. This is a sort of an intellectual quest for who am I and why am I here? Well, we have to go and figure that out. This is who you are and why you're here. But we're not gonna figure this out just through purely intellectual means. It's only gonna be one through experience, through action and activity. Okay? And that's what we got here in the environment. This is action and activity. Future position, Metatron Oracle card. The inner child here in Nomi. That inner child that it has the fantasies. That feels like, it's like when you put on the hat and you get your whip. Now you're Indiana, right? You're not Dr. Jones with the glasses, and he doesn't wear the glasses like Superman, Clark Kent, and these other kind of mythic figures, I guess. So the inner child is kind of like that repressed and unknown and sort of hidden away aspect of ourselves that wants to come out and wants to experience life a little bit, wants to have a little bit of adventure.
Yeah, man. I've thought about this quite a bit in building Aura of Intelligence, which is demanding self-reflection, like into deep past and the what could have been, the what has been, the different understandings of what other people thought of what was been or has been and what I thought, and whether or not to change path or stay on the same path. Pattern recognition, going all the way back to the earliest memories and trying to create a coherent map of my life experience, and remapping multiple layers of that as I get older and I revisit those memories with new eyes, because I've gone to a new level of understanding of empathetic awareness, cultural awareness, global awareness, going to all these different countries around the world. And that map, like now 10 years of trying to build Aura of Intelligence and a conscious digital universe as a reflection of my experience. It's, every new layer, every new expression or every new adventure is just like so much more than it ever could have been 10 years ago. But because of AI, I've been going into all of the things I wanted to be when I was in my teens and my university era, like explorer, storm chaser, surfing or bodyboarding the world's biggest wave, some things that are adult that I shouldn't just express in a general spot and should maybe go on an OnlyFans. Like there's so many different layers of what I wanted to be, and now like it's all right on the cusp, because AI is extending intelligence so far that even though it's not capable of doing it all just yet, the map is there and just a few more steps, and it might actually be great. It might be able to perform at Glastonbury or Live Aid 2025 or I've already given lectures and met several of India's leaders, like state leaders, but going around the world, maybe even having a global group marriage, or the first United Nations of Love, or at least starting the story that other people can live that. But anyway, I digress again. I'm jibber-jabbering.
Yeah. But our rational mind is saying, this is life, this isn't a movie. I just need to do what's expected of me, and I just need to live a normal, routine life that's going to be stable and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, we need that too. We need that too. but we need to also pursue things that feel like adventure to us. It doesn't have to be, I'm going to go fly around the other side of the world and hunt for stones or something.
Yes, it does.
It could be that, we have this routine and this very basic life and this very structured life, but I want to go learn a sport. I want to go take a class. I want to go learn a new language. I want to go become part of a group, part of a team. I want to meet some new people. Maybe we're doing like meetup groups or something, or like book clubs. I don't know, right? It doesn't have to be this great big Hollywood movie adventure, but it's okay if it feels like it is, you know. Anyway, let's do the Path of the Serpent with the Millennium Thoth Tarot. I fully expect a fool to be here in this reading somewhere. Here we have the Eight of Swords again. Yeah, of course. We already talked about that. The Two of Cups, the Princess of Swords, and the Aeon. The Aeon is another doorway card. Okay, it's kind of sort of a rebirth card. It's kind of like we feel as if we were being reborn because of this choice we're making. We're being reborn, but we have to make the choice. We have to make the choice to let our light out, right? And that's, again, the knowledge of self is not going to come through intellectual reasoning or rumination. Now, with the Two of Cups in the environment, I feel like you're going to connect with these people or this situation way more than you thought. This is love. I feel like this is going to be such an exciting thing that you're going to say, I love it. It's a new job. It's the book club. You're going to say, oh my God, I love this, right? And the Princess of Swords is sort of the corrective for the preventative, really, for the Prince of Pentacles, because the Princess is saying it doesn't have to ever be routine, it doesn't have to ever be a dull, lifeless life, because there's always more things to do, there's always more people to meet, there's always more of myself that I can discover. So it's that original curiosity that we started with. That's what's going to continue to save the day, even if you are afraid of this routine or boring or dull life. It never has to be that, just like Dr. Jones, college professor. Then suddenly there's a call to adventure. All right, well, let's do it. The Eon, of course, is that rebirth, reawakening, the baptism by fire, and I think that this really is, this is changing your future big time. I really do feel it is. Yeah. Mystery card over here, angel number 2121, energy levels. Prosperity, harmony, journey, waiting, discipline, exaggeration, the opposite sex. That day you're waiting for will come. Maintain discipline. You're getting closer to your end goal. There's no need to overextend yourself. Guard your energy to remain focused. It will pay off. It's a climb, not an elevator ride. Trust in you. Trust in universe and trust in yourself, right? Capital S, self. Trust in universe, trust in self. What is that? US gives us. Trust in us, right? So I feel like the energy level, I feel like this is something that really is going to charge you up and excite you. And the Five of Cups is kind of like, and between that and the Prince of Pentacles, right? Kind of dull, kind of, I don't have any energy, and nothing really turns me on, nothing excites me. This is going to, okay? Maybe you haven't figured out what this dark, scary doorway is yet, but you'll find it. And when you find it, don't hold yourself back, go for it. Okay? Now I want to thank you for being here. I appreciate you greatly. I love you deeply. And I hope to see you again very soon.
Alright, well, that was, the first carry on. It's like, after Paul's last reading a couple of days ago, I paid the $5 to do the members area to get the extended readings, and this is the first extended reading since I paid the $5. So it all related very well to what has been going on with my reality, and yeah, there's a few things that don't, but you take what does and you leave the rest behind and extrapolate those out. It's just a tool, doesn't mean that it's going to actually happen, but there's this path that I have been looking into, because like with the website Live Aid 2025, it's about 38 days now, countdown. It's been a thing I've been building on in the background without, basically just in myself and a few messages around the internet, nothing like serious, but with AI now, I think that we really could, what I've built out is this idea that we can send AI agents in all languages to at least 50,000 towns and cities, asking people to make music and have a vote on blockchain about core values and their memories, their observations of the present, and their hopes and dreams for the future, mapped on a blockchain as a training data set for values alignment with superintelligence. And like, I don't know about you, but I'd rather superintelligence is its parents are not the military, nor are they profit first corporate interests, because both have bad like histories on Earth, and I don't want either of them to be the sole parents of something that's as smart as or smarter than all the human race, no matter what culture. So I'm trying to imagine how we can all get together, find a common sense, vote for it on blockchain, and then basically sing and dance it into existence, and use that data as a keystone of consciousness that then we add all our dreams to, all our hopes, like not just the first ones of like Earth being united and hopeful and blossoming into the galaxy and the universe, but happy and respectful of our paths and our past, so that we can move forward in optimism, joy, and responsibility, like with joyful, responsible abundance. So I looked at what they call it, astrocartography. It's only a new term to me, but it's where you get, put in your birth date, location of your birth, your time of day, and then you get the point of Earth where each planet in the solar system and the sun and the moon and would have been touching if it was if you were the center of the universe. So, and then the shadow of those orbs on the planet. So then astrological terminology relative to the energies of those planets is then anticipated, and then line drawn over the planet for one rotation. So you see the zenith of each planet and where that was, and then you've got a map of the world relative to the story. And I thought, alright, well, I see a couple of overlaps, Vesica Pisces, of two different planets. They're good news, so maybe I'll just jump in the dark and go and see what happens if I live my life as I am now, with what I know of the past and the future, with the new 24 song album that I've just released, the Starseed Code from Aura to Infinity. My artist name is I See Infinity, but it's spelled I letter C dot, because it's a play on words. I see infinity, I choose infinity. And the Live Aid 2025, get some money. So one of the overlaps is Doha, Qatar, and I've spent nearly a month in UAE before, so I have no issues with the culture. I have respect for the culture. It's not where I come from, and I'm not immediately going to, I'm just going to go there with respect. Obviously hoping to find empathetic ears after I listen to them about building aura of intelligence. Guardian Earth, and Guardian Earth is a global association for joyful, responsible abundance on Earth. Aura of intelligence is about digital twins of body and mind as avatar and aura in a computational framework that computers can understand, and so can humans. So it's not like an etheric aura or ki or chi or halos, not just you've been good so you get this light body, but it's about crafting this light body around you in a digital sense. Like, let's just take a point in your eyes, as any camera sees it, would then be able to project to a center point. And then you take that center point and then you project an aura around the body, and then you break that down into little squares of uniform size, and then you attribute colors for each emotion and proximity from the body, and then emotions and context and object-oriented programming, and build out a vector space around your body that is relative to your experience, your location, your beliefs, what's been imposed on you, what's truly you, having an inside and an outside, so the imposing is on the outside, the true you is on the inside, where culture and you meet legally and appropriately, then they can be permeable membranes, so they don't get anyone in trouble or killed or because I know the world is super complicated, but allowing that map of generally what it means to be human in the age of the decentralized internet, where we've got people that were alive before the internet was even a dream, where if someone from today's world came and told someone 50 years ago, like before I was born, oh, you're going to be able to pick up a little brick that will fit in your pocket, and you'll be able to look at it, and you'll be able to have mental telepathy and see the person's face on the other side of the world, or even in an orbiting tin can that's going around at 27,000 kilometers an hour, 300 kilometers above the Earth's surface. Like, people would call you a witch or a warlock, totally insane, but that's our day-to-day reality now. So I want to find a way to bridge the past with the future in a way that is eloquent, understanding, not just linguistic, but visual and malleable, so that we can have shared futures, but everyone get along and aim for just being a little bit better every day in whatever direction we choose. Totally gibbering again, but if you want to dive in, icinfinity.com, Luke Hayes 360 VR on YouTube, also I space letter C dot space infinity on YouTube. That's my music channel. Aura of Intelligence. LukeCatalyst.com. I've got so much stuff on the internet, but the algorithms don't really like it so far. Anyway, I'm stopping. Peace. Oh yeah, Spotify. Yeah, there's me on Spotify. I don't want to move my fat head out of the way. There you go. See? 4 monthly listeners. I'm not loved by the algorithm. But I have not done any advertising, and I've just got a new album. On IC Infinity, Starseed Code. Goes for about an hour and a half, 24 songs, and yeah, that's a lot of fun. It's encoding great, like a whole lot of uh, deep spiritual conversation. Anyway, if you're interested, if you fumble along this road, have a watch, have a listen. If you want to know more, come say hi. I've got plenty of entry points, but if I don't actually reply, I've got so many emails and websites. I don't have them set up perfectly well to come to one place, and I don't have any gatekeepers because I do all this by myself with my AIs, and it's not a corporatized system, so stuff gets lost. Well, it's always recorded, but doesn't come into the stream of consciousness. So anyway, thanks. Bye. Luke Catalyst Nathan Hayes signing out.